Today I'm going to show you how to use an I-cord knitter. These are very similar to French knitters, which you might have used in the past, or even just a little bobbin with some nails put on it, but this just speeds up the process. I also have an electric one that's even faster. So it's a hollow thing, and you put your yarn through and put a weight at the bottom, and then there's these little crochet hooks, or more like latch hooks, and you put it around two of them and miss the other two. Once they're in, you slowly turn the crank so that it goes around all of them. And this can be a little bit fiddly at the start. It sometimes gets a little bit blocked up like this bit, but if you keep turning it slowly at the start, then all of those hooks will start picking it up. So at the start, you have to always make sure that the little latches on the hooks are down, because if not, it will just fall off. And then after a while, the little weight on the bottom, you can move it upwards and you can slowly get a little bit faster. And this is really good for yarn bombs, for making little flowers, or you could use it as a vine to attach different leaves to. So on my one here, it has just dropped a stitch, but it's starting to get to the point where I can speed up a little bit. And this is when it gets really addictive and really fast to do. So you can see the bit there where it went wrong at the start, but you just move that weight on up and just keep going. After a while, you get this really nice knitted cord that's hollow in the middle, so you can do lots with it. And it's super adaptable and just so much fun to do. So when you get to the end, cut a bit, keep turning it, and once it's all run out, it will all just drop straight off. Then you take it off the weight and put that tail through all of those 4 loops. This can be a little bit fiddly, so I've cut off the bit where I'm doing all of it, because you don't need to see it. Once you've threaded it through all of them, pull it tight and that will seal it off. And then you can move this into a flower shape. And this can be one where you put something else on top. You could stitch it together in the middle, you could put a button on, all sorts. You can also put a wire through the centre with it being a hollow cord, and this just makes it much easier to form a shape. It will stand up much better. So if you're doing any yarn bombs where you're sticking things in grass, this looks really good because they'll stand up really proper. And then you can manipulate that into shape. So I'd recommend a flexible wire, but not one that's super thin. So this is like a kind of craft wire. I think it's meant for floristry, and that works really well. Garden wire works really well too. Shouldn't really use scissors on wire, but it was all I had. I couldn't find my wire snips. And then you can manipulate that together. Sometimes the wire ones look a little bit messy in the centre, but you can always add another yarn bomb flower. You could add a button. You could add a Suffolk puff. Anything you like. It'll look brill. Have fun.